Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Line, base hit left center field. Here comes Velasquez. Here comes Fermin, and Blanco goes first to third, and the Royals lead 3-0.
A lot of the same, which is incredible. Just commanding the ball. You know, everything is right there, so they have to honor every pitch, and he changes it up so much and gets the weak contact early in the count. But to strike out 12 and only throw 110 or 112 pitches or whatever, that's really remarkable. And just the confidence that you have when he's out there. I mean, he just comes out and feels like he's in total control all the time.
Will become one of the best starting pitchers in the major leagues immediately. You know, number 1 overall draft pick last year. The Pirates have kind of slow played him. He's going to have an immediate impact.
Yeah, it was a good week, really good week. It was great to meet all the boys. Great to dive deep into the playbook, as I said earlier. But yeah, it's been a good week overall, and definitely helped doing rookie minicamp, getting reps, because I'm a very, the way I learn is like actually doing the reps. So, it was a great 3 days.
It's like freshman year again, and in college, relearning all the plays, and I feel like once I get comfortable doing that, learning the system more, I can play my game more.
Murray has it. He's left side of the midcourt circle, guarded by Kyle Anderson. Gets down the lane, finger roll, layup is up and in.
Yeah, that was, I was really proud of our group. You know, you knew, and the way they got off to start the game, it kept their fans really into it. And that was what the message was in the timeout huddles, man, just weather the storm.
Sent down by Van Riemsdyk. The final seconds tick away, and the Panthers take both here in Boston. A 3-2 win for the Panthers here at TD Garden, and the Panthers take a 3-1 lead.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KVGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Well, the calendar doesn't turn, but the week does. Brand new week here today. The Monday show, Steve Webster with you. Mike Corson is in. Mike Hesher with a special programming announcement coming up very soon because his brain really hurts. And he'll explain why coming up in just a little bit. On the show today, Barton Cougars safely on to the Region 6 tournament at X Stadium in which they just slapped down Fort Scott. Went in there, okay, we're playing on your home field. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. 12-0, take that. We'll come back the next day. Bam, bam, bam. Get up 15-0. Yeah, see you later. They clubbed them.
Well, isn't that kind of what Coach Beck said?
Biggs,
I'm sorry. He thought it was going to be, they could go in there and crush them, is I believe what he said.
I don't think he came on the show and said they were going to go crush them.
Well, he thought they could do very nicely down there.
Or he also said that if we play bad,
they could get beat. Well, so
he covered all his bases.
I take a look at the positive there. I know that's surprising coming from me, but yes.
It was very impressive. Also, Jim Mazunas is in, Great Bend Tribune, and we're heading into Regional Track Week. Mike Corson will talk with Lyles Lashley, so that's what's on the show today. Let's get to our sounds the past 24 hours, or in this case, 48 hours or 72 hours, whenever these things happen. This one happened yesterday. The call yesterday on Bally Sports, Hunter Renfroe. Bases loaded single, scores 2 in the 4th inning, put the Royals ahead 3-0. And that's all they'd really need. They got 4 in the inning. Seth Lugo goes on and beats the Halos 4-2. Royals take 3 of 4 weekend games in Anaheim. Matt Quatrero talking about Seth Lugo's been pretty good free agent acquisition, huh? Okay, let's see. He struck out a career-high 12 batters over 8 innings, and he won for the American League best 6th time in 8 starts, lowered his ERA to an AL best 1.66.
I think guys like Cole Reagans, maybe even Brady Singer, steal some of the show. But Cole Reagans, now 2 bad starts, is why they didn't sweep the Angels. And here comes Seth Lugo, who? And he had AL best.
Throws strikes.
And he's very quick. He's got 6 pitches, so he's using the pitch calling his shots. Because if you had, like they were saying, with that pitch clock and 6 pitches to put your fingers down, no, sure. He doesn't do that. He calls his pitch and works quick. Probably, you always heard that it's beneficial to both your fielders, and if you get in a groove, it's going to help you as a pitcher.
Oh, absolutely it does. Absolutely. And you know, batters get up there, they just get in a routine. It's like throwing darts or cornhole. I'm telling you.
Wii bowling. If I'm bowling with other people and they're knocking off my rhythm, I'll never get a 300. But if I can sit there and bowl 13 straight balls, I'll get the rhythm.
So you're a Wii bowler?
I was.
Do they even make that anymore? You know, I never understood that anyway. What people play video games to sit on their couch. Why do they come up with a game where I've got to move around and sweat? That never really appealed to me.
Used to hit the links on what was it, down in Atlanta with the island hole? I'm not going to get to do that in real life.
Well, you can do it on a video game. Just the only thing you got to worry about is how far you take your club back and hit the line.
Well, your shoulder would hurt at the end, so it felt. Get your heater going, John whatever style.
No, video games are for couch potatoes.
For thumbs.
Yes, the thumbs. Royals continue the West Coast road trip tonight. In Seattle, they'll begin a 3-game series with the Mariners. Another late-night start tonight, 8 o'clock here on KVGB. Royals now 25-17 on the season. They're tied with Minnesota for second in the AL Central, just a half game behind first-place Cleveland.
I'll answer it for you. Just because I went to Seattle, I'm still going Kansas City tonight. But I did drive by Safeco Field, or whatever it's called now.
Did you drive by in a duck boat? See, I'm a one-up on you. Did you take the duck boats?
No time.
Yeah, no time. All right. So that's cool. Royals are right there in the race right now. Paul Skeens made his debut, the Pittsburgh Pirates. So with you mentioned this the other day. And I said, of course, what is going on Paul Skeens? Why is he so excited about him? And then I said, okay, I see now.
No,
I see now, yeah. Okay, because in attendance, more famous girlfriend, LSU gymnast and social media influencer, Livy Dunn, was there as well as Skeens went out and had 17 pitches, reached at least 100 miles per hour, but he's got a killer slider, great changeup, and, yeah, Buster Olney talking about Skeens is about a can't-miss prospect as you can get.
I don't think I'd heard about him until you were talking about him this morning.
You mentioned Friday that he was making his debut, and I wondered, well, why would you say that? And then I said, okay, I get it. You're in the social influencer stuff.
I don't think
Livy
it was
Dunn, yes.
So the only.
So you're an LSU.
No, the only funny thing I can say
fan.
is I saw a congratulations post. Congratulations, specifically Livy Dunn and the LSU gymnastics teams. She didn't even compete in the national finals or whatever it was.
Well, she's making more money at LSU
She
than
sure-
anyone else is right now. All right, on to Chiefs minicamp. They concluded their 3-day rookie minicamp last week. And the guy I can't wait to see, Luis Reese-Zammit. Anybody that says it was really nice to get out there, no, I
With
can't.
the boys.
With the boys.
Yeah, it was a good week, really good week. It was great to meet all the boys.
Yeah. All the boy. He was pretty impressive in 11-on-11 drills.
I was going to say, I
mean,
hear he's
fast.
playing, but yeah, what's the scouting? Is he meeting expectations? Too early to tell.
He said they had like 18 plays in rugby or something like that. How many do they have in the
Well,
Chiefs
keep
playbook?
it simple for him, too. Like, I don't need him knowing everything. Let him use his athleticism.
Well, if he can catch the ball and run one of them kicks back now with the new kickoff rules, and they're going to need some wide receivers. Phillip Brooks, he's a free agent, signed out of K-State. I didn't know he's from Lee Summit, Missouri. He's a local kid. So he's going to get a chance to make the opening day roster. Again, returns his specialty. And he's a pretty good receiver, too, giving him an extra chance to make the squad. Next up for the Chiefs, the first round of organized team activities. Hesh, what's that stand for?
OTAs.
Look at you, right on the button there. OTAs start a week from today.
So I always complain about how much money they make, but as we near the end of the spring season and I'm exhausted, the idea of having to be active to make your money, I'll throw them a bone this week. See.
No, No Wii golf for you this
No.
week. The call on Altitude Sports, Jamal Murray drive scores on a finger roll layup. The Nuggets beat the Timberwolves 115-107. So after Minnesota came into Denver and won 2 games in decisive fashion, well, the Nuggets come back and do the same thing. Coach Michael Malone of the Nuggets, saying they just need to get past the first quarter because they're going to come out fired up, and they did. They weathered the storm, and they win. So Game 5 back in Denver tomorrow night. Let's see, Indiana Pacers beat the New York Knicks 121-89, so that series tied at 2. And the call on WQAM. Panthers beating the Bruins 3-2 to take a 3-1 series lead in that NHL.
Yeah, we say the playoffs don't get ugly. I think the Rangers-Canes were getting a little chippy, and then I saw Connor McDavid getting roughed up. That's akin to doing something to Wayne Gretzky back in the day. So that might be
They get fired up.
a series worth watching. Didn't get to see the aftermath, but if it was from behind and the front, and so kind of think somebody's going to have a head on a swivel.
Okay, regional softball gets going today in Hoisington. Are you doing that game, Hesher?
You are correct, sir.
Okay, on the north field. Don't get confused when you just remember it's the north and south fields.
Okay, I got an argument here. Walking through there yesterday, they actually have names for them. The north field is Logan Field, and the south field is
Then have the
Boxberger
state
Field.
put the thing on the list. then,
That's what
okay?
I thought.
Okay, so which one are we playing on tonight?
Logan Field. Hoisington's playing on Logan Field. They're playing 4 games there today.
Well, I know that.
Okay.
I know, but I figured Hoiston want to play on the Boxberger Field.
Well,
is that a disadvantage not playing
Well,
on
the
the
Logan Field is more established.
Okay, all right.
The Boxberger Field is kind of new.
Hoisington against Smoky Valley. And that's going to be at 6 tonight. Coverage at 5:45 on 100.7 Eagle Country. Ellenwood will play at Ellis in the 2-1A Sylvan Grove Regional. So if they can win, they'd move on to Sylvan for the next round tomorrow. And Hoisington, if they win, would play at 4 o'clock tomorrow against the winner of Beloit and Plainville. Great Bend Lady Panthers find out who they will play in the 5A Regional tomorrow, which they host. Lady Panthers 20-6 taking on Newton, who's 9-13. That will follow Valley Center and Goddard, and then the championship game at 7. Mike Corson, I don't know how you could get any better draw if you're the Great Bend Lady Panthers.
Yeah, sometimes those Wichita area schools are a little tricky, but haven't looked at see who's played who, kind of get a head-to-head there. I do like that Great Bend plays in the second game, so you get to carry over that momentum. You don't have to sit around, get your nerves
I think
up.
you can pick that, can't you? You can do whatever you want. If you're
As
the
the
number
top
1
seed?
seed, yeah, I think you can
Perhaps.
decide when you want to play. 4A Larned McPherson Regional. It's not Larned plays at McPherson tomorrow, 2 o'clock against Andale at 2 p.m. in McPherson. Okay, regional baseball. Let's see. Got underway on Friday. Hoiston beat Russell 12-2, so they will play Holcomb tomorrow at 2 o'clock in Russell. And then if they win the championship game at 6 against either Colby or Cimarron, Ellenwood beat Hutch Trinity 14-5 Friday. Now they travel to Hayes to take on TMP on Friday at 4 o'clock. TMP hosting that. The first game would be at 2. Sacred Heart against El Saline. Championship game at 6. We'll talk to Roger Ward will be on the show tomorrow. Talk a little Ellenwood baseball. Then the Panther boys will go to Andover Central for their regional. They'll play at 2 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon against Salina South. The team has had pretty good luck against the Panthers and Hayes High this year. Great Bend's 18-8, Salina South 13-13. The game after that will be Andover Central, the number 1 seed, 20-5 against 8-14 Emporia. Championship game at 6. And then Larned will play at 2 o'clock tomorrow in McPherson. They will play Rose Hill. Larned 16-6, Rose Hill 13-10. The second game, McPherson against Chapman, the championship game at 6.
Yeah, like Carson Umphreys' comment, I asked, does that get in the back of your head? They just beat you. No, we're using it as motivation to go in there. And it's funny with that record that they were able to beat Great Bend, so I'm wondering a little bit of ace in the hole type situation.
I think they won both their games against Hayes. They played them at different locations, 2 different times. So whoever's on the mound that day.
But definitely like that record by draw. Just didn't like the earlier head-to-head.
Okay. All right. There you go. Sports headlines today. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll go over this here a little bit. So, my son-in-law's birthday was Friday. They had the festivities at his house on Saturday. So, people in that neighborhood are probably tired of hearing my loud voice now for 2 consecutive weekends, because that's where the 40th anniversary party was the week before. So, his brother-in-law is a track coach up in Nebraska. We're just sitting there talking a little bit of track as I was watching the Yucca Farms 17X car finish second at Dodge City on Saturday. That's pretty cool. You can watch those races. And they were saying, and got around the corner, the KVGB 17X.
That's what it sounded like in Oregon when I was going around the bend.
They talked about the leaders, though.
Yeah.
The big ones are kind of. Okay, so the first thing was interesting. They have state track meets for junior high in Nebraska.
And you like it?
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting. They
Yeah,
said
I
they've
don't-
got really good pole vaulters there, too. Like a 12-foot, 8th grade pole vaulter.
So are they regional state meets, or is it Nebraska's shaped like Kansas? God forbid if that thing wasn't in the middle, you're asking middle schoolers to. It's a great experience.
Listen, I was trying to see if the 17X was going to win. I didn't get that involved with it, but he had mentioned that. They do not throw the javelin in Nebraska.
Even in high school.
Not in high school. And there's not another
Wow.
event that takes that supplements that, which was interesting. They don't throw the javelin.
So that might be why University of Nebraska picks on some Kansas kids like Norton's Janessa Reuter.
Okay.
Interesting.
And the other thing I thought, which made so much sense, because we've talked before, because where does your regional lie? Okay, maybe you get in there. Maybe, you've got all the best javelin throwers are in this regional. They go by qualified. It's just like swimming for all their times, distances.
Is it a 1 day or one or 2 day qualification, or is it the season?
It's the season. It's just like
I
swimming.
can see that. My problem because we do that, we'll get regional with the top 5 kids in a classification. The 5th one is not going to state. So then when you get to the other regionals, you'll get kids that are doing half of what they're doing, and they're going to state.
Correct. I like that.
But the flip side of that, especially if you just took it out of a regional, in Kansas, they're on Thursday and Friday. You can have vastly different weather, especially wind. And then you've got regional. So is southeast Kansas going to be similar to northwest Kansas on any given day?
But this is for the whole season.
But for the whole season, you kind of level the playing field. You got a nice sample to choose from.
Yeah. Especially for some of those events where you just have a bad day and all of a sudden you're out.
That too.
Some of that was very interesting. So, what do you end up with all these people? I guess it's just like swimming. They're only going to take the top. Just because you have a qualifying time, that means you're eligible to go to state, but then you're still ranked. I mean, if you only want to get 14 runners, say, and 2 heats for a particular race, you could do it that way. I just found that interesting. I figured it's kind of a logical thing to do for track and field.
Yeah, you've got would all the meets in Nebraska be automated? God forbid somebody out here hand timing, not paying attention. Oh, you ran a 10:40.
Well,
no, he didn't.
I thought about that too. I mean, what kind of timing system do they have? So you have like a big hourglass that they just tip it over when the race starts and the sand starts running through it. Oh, we've got.
Yeah, the pro of the regional system is boom, you compete that day, you finish top 4, you know you're going to state. The cons are you can get the loaded regionals versus the weak regionals. So if you worked out the clock issue, and it's conceivably more fair.
I don't know. Maybe they were having the Palisade, Nebraska relays or something where it wasn't. Maybe you'd have to have timed event. I don't know. You could have different meets around, like the Goodman in Wichita, or just, certain qualification meets. I don't know.
Well, I got to run on a track like at the Drake Relays. It was Olympic quality, and poor guy out there in West Buffalo, Thomas, Nebraska, is running on cinders. And he's still on yards. He's running an 880.
Yeah, but you get a benefit on there if you're running on a track with clods. Okay. I just thought it was interesting. Well, maybe we'll have another party over there next week over there, folks. I'll be back.
Figure out something else.
Yell again. Yeah, I can get more information on it. There you go. So I just wanted to throw some stuff to you. See, I'm a track and field guy sometime. Okay, we're going to talk baseball coming up here next. Brent Biggs, Barton Cougar baseball on the way here on Sports Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Amy Herrera, Regional Retail Manager for your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many people navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you how we're committed to serving you in our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
Central Kansas Catbackers, this is Wyatt Thompson. The Wildcats are coming to Great Bend's Columbus Club at 723 Main Street, Tuesday, May 14th. The doors open at 11:15. The program begins at noon. Our program features football coach Chris Kleiman, basketball assistants Marco Bourne and Anthony Winchester, K-State Alumni Association President Adam Walker, student athletes, the K-State cheer team, and Willie the Wildcat. RSVP to Central Kansas Catbackers Lunch and RSVP. Don't miss the Wildcats in Great Bend, Tuesday, May 14th at noon. Go Cats!
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
It's time for another Instant Finalist Day in Tracks to the Max giveaway, presented by Sutherland's, Farmers Bank and Trust, Eldridge Fencing, and Ealer Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. We'll be giving away a 2024 Chevy Trax on August 9th. Today, the place to be is Mattress Solutions, right in front of Walmart in Great Bend. You have until 5 o'clock to get registered. Did you know the new Mattress Solutions store in Great Bend is owned and operated by Millers of Claflin? Same great service, selection, and savings that you'll find at Millers of Claflin, now at Mattress Solutions. They have over 50 mattresses to look at, and you can have them deliver in just a few days. They also have lift chairs and massage chairs. No money down, no interest. Helps out any time of the year. Mattress Solutions, right in front of Walmart. Stop by and get registered before 5 o'clock today with Tracks to the Max. Presented by Sutherland's, Farmers Bank and Trust, Eldridge Fencing, and Ealer Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. That 2024 Chevy Trax could be yours on August 9th. Register today at Mattress Solutions.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Sports Day also brought to you in part by Venture Corporation, reminding you to help a neighbor shop local when you can. Equity Bank, more than 40 locations throughout Kansas, including Great Bend, Larned, Maxville, and St. John. Visit equitybank.com. Brent Biggs on the show today. I don't remember you saying this. Now, Mike Hesher said, yeah, we're going to go down there and we're going to just hammer them twice. Now, I don't remember that. I think he gave you, like, we could go down there and win 2 games, or, you know, if we don't come ready to play, it could get ugly.
Yeah, we were political with it.
Okay.
I don't think I remember that either.
Okay, so this is what you do when you go on the road. First round of Region 6, right? You got Fort Scott, and okay, we got Barton coming in here. There you go. They always play at home. They don't know what's going on. And then you just gonna pow, 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 and get up there. Okay, can hit this. Okay, Hammerling does shot out 12-0. Okay, we're gonna regroup here a little bit. And then the next day, pow, pow. Oh yeah, let's see. What did you get up in that second game? Oh, you just got up ahead 18-3 after they had cut the lead to 4-3. And it's we let them in a little bit. We're gonna send 14 guys to the plate. That was a good old country butt whooping, as they said down there in Iuka country there, Coach. Nice job.
Yeah, we showed up. We showed up on the mound. We were really good offensively, and we played good defense. So that was, about the best we've played all year, and heck of a time to do it.
This team, have you had a club that's just put together these monster innings like this team has done this year?
Yeah. And no. The answer is no, and we've never had a team that has went through a stretch that didn't score for about 3 weeks either. So it's crazy. I don't know.
You got it off. Of course, pitching's going to set the tone in anything. And tell me about Reese Hammerling, and just came out there a shutout, and he's been doing this all season long. But man, you talk about a tone setter. That was a great job by Reese.
Yeah, he was awesome. Good stuff. He's been good all year. He had a couple starts where he was, fighting himself a little bit, but that may have been one of the better performances I've seen in terms of, he gave up 3 hits, and I'm not sure they may have hit one ball hard all day, and it was, 3 pitches for strikes at any time, and he'd move the ball around, and there were some ugly, ugly swings, and it just for him to go out and set the tone and get us off to a good start, that's obviously exactly what we needed.
You played some defense, and they didn't. And when they made an error, man, you guys made them. You punished them.
Yeah, we went 1, 2, 3, I think, in the first, and it was like, okay, we're in for it. And then, the second inning, we got a guy on, and I think the third baseman, made a throwing error, and it was one of those things like, okay, we're here, and things are going to go okay. And yeah, I think they made 3 or 4 errors, maybe 2 errors in the first one, 3 errors in the second one, and we capitalized just about every single time. And if I've always told people, if you throw strikes and you make the plays, we're pretty easy to play against, but if you give us extra bases and walk us and throw it around a little bit, we're pretty darn good.
So when did you start seeing the demeanor for Fort Scott change a little bit?
It was one of those things. I just felt like, I don't know if it was tight or they were overconfident or what, but you just, from the very beginning, I felt like, there was a different vibe there. And you, now we kind of turn our guys loose sometimes in the dugout, but ours was, we were pretty loose, in terms of practice and BP and leading up to the game. And you could just feel some tensions over there because, like I said, you're at home, you're supposed to win. You have a team coming in who's been ranked, this year and been up and down, and you don't really know what to expect. And that was kind of their demeanor, and ours couldn't have been complete opposite. We were as loose as it gets, and I think we had a lot of fun this weekend.
But you don't go in and tell your kids, we got to be loose, or do you? It's just kind of the mood of the
yeah, and it's kind of what I said last week. You go on the road, and it's like, man, I wish we could host, but it's cool to go on the road.
Yeah.
You get to spend a bunch of time together, and those guys they're playing hacky sack at the hotel, and, we have music, and the lady working the breakfast is, our biggest fan. It's just kind of cool, and it allows for those vibes to be good. And, now I did tell them, I said, we've been up, we've been down. I don't care what happens. Let's just enjoy ourselves, flush out the bad, and it's easier said than done, but man, they had a lot of fun this weekend.
Baseball said, man, talk about your bats this weekend. Let's see. Schaefer was 4 RBIs, Robbie Bolin, Jared Cotton, and everybody was hitting.
Yes, and everybody had really good at bats. The first game, if you were to tell me that Robbie Bolin and Jared Cotton are 1-2, our 2 Nebraska signees weren't going to get a hit, I would have told you we're going to be out of there quick.
Yeah.
But Schaefer's a guy that's battled himself all year. He was really good. Hank Orr came off the bench, got hit 2 doubles for us, and you could go up and down the lineup, and everyone that contributed, found a way on base, got a big hit when we needed it. And that's something that's really kind of eluded us. And we, I can picture, we got second and third, and we have no outs. And I think we went pop up, punch out. So we're down, it's 2 outs, and it's like, oh, here we go again. And Aiden Hadley's up there, very good player, has really fought himself lately and hasn't had a lot of success. It's like, oh boy, here we go again. And he hits a opposite field double, and, we just carry on. And that's just kind of a testament to the work they put in. And that's what made it fun, is to see those guys that have struggled some really break out and have a lot of success.
Okay, now we go to the 8-team Region 6. This was all, I'm going back a few years, okay? You go back when I would go do those, but it was it's a cool event. Everybody comes together, but it's when you see managers show their spots. I always like this. So what's your strategy going into Region 6? First game. Who are you going to start?
Well, yeah, and it's like,
I've seen guys
gameships. We're going to hold our number 1, and we're going to pitch off, and we're just going to go win game 1 and try to win game 1, and we'll worry about game 2 whenever it gets there, and there's not much gamesmanship, I guess, on our side. It's just who's our best guys, and let's run them out there and, You know, is it good enough? Is it not? And then we'll regroup, you know, the next day. But it is funny to you know, I've seen guys hold back their ace and, you know, it doesn't work
Their
more
ace
times than
pitches the
not.
first
You
game
know,
of the next day.
Yeah, right. And it's interesting.
So who's starting for you?
Reese
Yeah.
Himmerling will start
Okay.
for us. So he's, you know, obviously threw really well for us. He's been our most consistent guy this year, and you know, we'll run him out there, and we trust him. You know, he has experience from last year, and so I don't think it's any secret around the league that he'll start game 1 for us. And then after that, who the heck knows?
Well, Hutch is listening right now. They want to know.
That's
who
fine.
does-
That's fine.
Well, that's fine.
They know what we're gonna do.
They know.
They know.
And you probably know what they're going to do, right? I don't know. Maybe
they might
be.
they might hold the number 1 off. You know, I know those guys pretty well, and we'll see.
But I've seen it time after time. It seems like that never worked. And it's always, it's like the. Oh,
It's
gosh.
good in theory.
It's good in theory, but it's like one of them things that go ahead, Brad.
Yep.
Go ahead and just hold him back.
Yep.
Because everybody's got at least one good one.
So
to
Butler
throw
did
out.
it to us in 2019, and they were I think they won the league that year, and we won. You know, we won game 1, and I always go back to it was Wichita Heights, and it was the regional, and this is basically the learning point. This was before my time, but you know, they have Mike Pelfrey, big leaguer, you know, Mr. All-American, everything, and didn't throw him in the first round of regionals. Well, he didn't pitch in the regional because they lost game 1. So that's old Lane Lord. He was the assistant on that team. So
it was Lord. He was the one that
Yeah,
came up with that.
that's
Hey,
right.
what do we do? But teams get on rolls at this time of year, and you know, I know you probably just want to get back and you know, let's start this thing on Saturday. You know, because we're playing so well right now. But that's got to give with Reese on the mound. That's got to give the whole team a little bit of confidence. Okay, we got Reese back on the bump.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go get Hutch.
Yep. And if we play like we did down in Fort Scott with that air of confidence and everyone contributing, it's going to be a fun tournament, you know. And like you said, it's probably the deepest tournament, top to bottom, that we've had in a long time. I think any one of the 8 teams that are there can win it. It's just a matter of who's hottest at the end. And you know, I like where we were last week, and it's always a fun tournament because very rarely, and we get in a regional setting for a trip to Grand Junction.
Yeah.
This is the biggest tournament there is in the country, junior college wise. Usually it's like 4 teamers, you know, and it's wild, and it's, in order to win it, it takes everyone, and it takes some guys that haven't really contributed this year, and that's what's the beauty of it. So
Exactly, because there's going to be, you know, especially some staff guys that maybe haven't got to come in. And what's your message to those guys?
You know, it's the message you try and do all year. You're one injury away or one start away or whatever it may be. And you know, in 2018 when we made the run and we won the regional, we went to Grand Junction. We threw 3 guys that I think threw 5 innings all year. You know, and so there's a track record there, and you show them like, hey guys, listen, I know it hasn't gone how you wanted it. I know you haven't got the opportunities, but you know, if we're gonna make a run in this thing, it's gonna take everybody, and that's how you try and keep them engaged and really mean it. And it really is, because I'll never forget we're playing Cali, and we haven't thrown this guy in about a month. No, he went like walk, double off the fence, and he was out of there. But he started that game for us.
Got to get somebody to get to hand the ball to somebody.
That's right.
Yeah, Cali starts things against Dodge. This is cool. Cali's 41-16, Dodge 38-21. Then you get 46-11 Hutch. You guys are 39-19. Johnson County 48-10. Butler's got the worst record at 32-20. Then you get KCK 46-10 and Cloud County at 40-19. Dodge and Cloud both, you know, they got challenged on their home field, but were able to come up with, how about Dodge winning 12-11 against the team you said look out for?
Yep,
Coffeyville.
Coffeyville had them on the ropes. They're late, and it just, you know, they're at home. And I think if they're on the road, it's a different story. But it just, you know, we were the only, you know, quote unquote upset of the weekend. So the league's good, and I'll tell anybody, you know, you get Florida and Texas, and they all get all the accolades and best. Man, top to bottom, our league is really, really good.
Barton has a stellar baseball tradition. We've been to Grand Junction once.
Yep.
It's hard to do, isn't it?
Oh, it's hard, and just, I mean, before even going to in 2018, I thought it was a mythical place. You know, you talk about it because we've never been close, you know, and it's like Grand Junction, they send it out, they email it out, okay, that'll go in my junk folder, you know, and then we went in 2018, and it's like, well, now what? You know, and by the time we were on the way to eat dinner, I'd already had like 6 calls from Grand Junction. Here's your hotel. Here's this. Here's that. And it's really hard to get there. But, man, it's a special, special place. And, you know, we got to go back. We have to.
Man, okay. At least there's not much wait, you know. Jump back in there Wednesday and let's get with it.
Right.
Even though it seems probably a long time since you take care of business in the first 2 games of that series.
Well, I got to mow my yard. There's some things we got to take. We got to get the house in order and stuff. So we needed a couple days. But, you know, like I said, we got back Friday night and Saturday off, practice Sunday, practice today, and we're on the road tomorrow. So, you know, hopefully we can channel up some of that energy and take it to Wichita with us.
How you feeling on Monday?
Feel good. You know, like I said, I it's almost nice because when, you know, we've been, like, we're the visitors every game. You know, we're the lowest seed, and so it's like you go in there, and, yeah, we have really high expectations for our program. But, you know, you get to, hey, let's go have fun, man. You know, no one's picking us to win, and we're the underdogs. And now we say that. Do we think that? I don't know. But that's a different story. But it's just no expectation. Let's just go have fun with it, you know, and go compete and see what happens. And, you know, I like where we're going to end up.
Yeah, I like this journey you're on. You know, I was just like, this is different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going a different direction.
Right. We're not the 1 seed, and it's like, hey, we're the hunters now, man.
Brent, have fun.
Thank you.
Okay, Brent Biggs joining us here on Sports Day. More of the show coming up after this.
From the Mayo Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
Get ahead or catch up this summer with Barton Online. With 5 convenient sessions to choose from, Barton Online is the perfect fit for your summer goals and budget. At just $155 per credit hour, it's an affordable option for everyone. Financial aid options are available for qualifying students. Now enrolling for all sessions. Get started on your future today. Learn more at online.bartoncccc.edu.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
Are you a Class A CDL driver looking for a new opportunity? Venture Corporation is looking to hire several current valid Class A CDL drivers. And here are some great facts about driving for Venture Corporation that you will definitely enjoy. Higher pay, even higher pay if you have a hazmat endorsement. You'll be driving nice trucks, have more flexible hours, home most nights, and seldom any weekend work. Ready to team up with a homegrown, family-owned, and local company? Don't wait. Call Leslie at Venture Corporation today.
He's covered more big games than anyone else in the Golden Belt. He might be on your sideline, in your gym, or just about anywhere there's a game. Sports Day presents the Great Bend Tribune's Jim Mozunas.
Our show brought to you today by Eller Automotive Repair, a local mechanic that can help beyond Great Bend Appliance Furniture and Sleep Source. And Advanced Therapy and Sports Medicine. Get your life back. And the Cougar Booster Club continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. We get this update, though, before we get to you, Jim, because Mike Hescher's having an ulcer over here because it's a very crowded broadcast platform for postseason softball and baseball, Hesh.
Yes, it is, sir.
I don't think you're looking forward to a possible rainout today.
A rainout would not do me well,
okay,
no.
Okay, all right, okay. What do you got?
Okay, so today on KHOK, it's Hoisington softball. They play at 6 o'clock. They will play at 4 o'clock on Tuesday if they win tonight because we're obviously in win or go home. Tuesday's the big one. 104.3 Great Bend High School softball plays at 5 o'clock. If they win, their title game follows immediately. So Great Bend softball will be done tomorrow if they're, no matter what, going to state, hopefully. On KHOK, Hoisington baseball plays at 2 o'clock. They're in the same boat. If they win, they have to sit around the game, and they will play at 6 o'clock if they win up in Russell. That's on KHOK at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
1590, thank you, Steve Webster. We will have Hoisington softball at 4 o'clock if they win today. And then if they win the 4 o'clock game, They will follow that with the championship game about 6 o'clock. All that happening on 1590.
Right into Royals.
Right into
8 o'clock.
Royals, man.
Yeah,
And I told you, I will time it perfectly. We'll get to the Quatuero show right off the bat. And then let's see. And then Larned is baseball is 106.9. They will play at 2 o'clock on 106.9, and they will have to sit around the game if they win, because they will be in the 6 o'clock game on Tuesday. Now, Great Bend baseball, pretty easy. They will be in Andover. Where are they going?
Yeah, Andover.
Andover. They will play at 2 o'clock in the first game, and then if they win, they will play at 6 o'clock.
Unless there's rainouts that push all these.
No,
back.
there's no rainouts. No.
Oh, okay, so Jim Mizunas, our weatherman, is in here. So you're thinking it's sketchy right now for Houston softball today.
Well, they get a couple hours, so those dirt infields, they don't generally cover them, but you can do it with a half an hour work. So as long as the rain subsides a little bit, but it's raining out right now and it's not light.
It's not.
No, it is raining.
Oh, I didn't.
It is raining.
I can't. Oh.
And I said it's not light.
Hash, your mic's live. Don't curse.
But we'll have to see. Like I said, it's only 1 o'clock, so they get a couple hours to play around with.
Brent Biggs is always in here when you come in, Jim. You gotta love the way he coaches.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. It's just like, and I've always believed that to be true, is that if you can find that, where is your team best as far as mental attitude, and whether it's a fun and loosey-goosey team or one that's really intense and focused, but it's really a secret that rarely coaches find out. In fact, they sometimes don't find out until the certain situation comes up. But definitely, if you're loose, especially playing baseball, softball, man, it's hard to hit a baseball. So if you're loosey-goosey, I think it helps you a lot.
Okay, Jim, where do you want to start today?
Well, we'll start with a little tennis. Central Plains gets the second place trophy in 3-2-1A tennis, which is a remarkable feat, of course. Anytime you're going up against Wichita Collegiate, it was 44 for Collegiate and 32 for Central Plains. Peyton Ryan, and I believe this to be true, first player ever in state history to lose to 4 state champions, 4 high school losses, all to state champions. And until somebody else tells me, he's the first and only person who's ever done that in the state of Kansas. Because it's remarkable to lose to that person, or it was 3 different players actually. But it's hard to do that and have that player win every year. It's just absolutely remarkable. But anyway, so Peyton Ryan gets second for the 3rd time. Matches his sister Emily, who got 3. And Emily happened to lose to the same player every year, McNeil. And then 7th was Camden Stiles, terrific effort. 8th was Peyton and Paxton Doty. And then 12th was Nathan Cawthon and Alden Metro. So all 4 entries got points and placed at the state meet. So Michael Ryan, congratulations for that.
Again, that's the perfect sport to have a private school, public school state meet. But anyway.
Yeah, it is. And it's going to be a fun, hopefully this weather subsides, because this is the 1 week of the spring season where you just hope there's no weather the first 2 or 3 days of the week. Because if you get to the end of the week, you can go Thursday, Friday, but boy, if you get rained out Monday and or Tuesday, it really, and then I don't know what they do with the umpiring, because that's got to be a tricky situation in itself, just to get the right umpires wherever you need them. So.
Well, they called Hash up. They want him to umpire too, so he'll just do it while he's broadcasting.
Yeah, that would be great. I could just give him a mic, and then man, that would be great play-by-play. I can imagine nothing better than the old foosball game.
Yeah. Okay. I cannot, and I haven't seen these teams play, but for Great Bend Panthers, I'm looking at that regional and saying, well, holy cow, that's awesome. Valley Center and Goddard waiting on the other side, and you're playing Newton in the first round?
Yeah, they played Valley Center a couple years ago and lost, and the pitcher who pitched that game is back. I don't know what's happened to Valley Center. They've been traditionally pretty good. They started off 11-1, and then they finished 6-6. So I don't know exactly what happened there, but they didn't finish the season very strong. But they've got 3 pitchers, which is unusual. They've thrown 3 people, which, again, is unusual. So Valley Center is a quality team, and they play, when you play Goddard and Mays South is a quality team. So they play really good. But I'll tell you, the best thing Great Bend did this year was they played that tournament in Dodge City and played Derby and beat Derby. And that tells you that They can beat any team in the
Absolutely.
state when they're at their best. And they're not a pitching-heavy team. They're not going to win a lot of games by a low score, but their hitting is good enough that they'll be competitive. They'll be competitive. So we'll see. I mean, Newton, again, plays a decent schedule too, but it'll be –
As far as traditional powers, I guess Valley Center's been okay, but
yeah, they've had some state quality teams. I don't know that they've ever won one, but they've been in the mix and qualified for state. Like I said, they qualified for state that particular year. They played Great Bend too.
Okay, Panther baseball, they play Salina South, a team that's just 13-13, but I think they're 2-0 against Hayes. At least they have 2 wins against Hayes this year, and they've got a win over the Panthers.
Yeah, they played a really good ball game that day. It just was one of those weird games where Great Bend walked 5 Salina South players, all 5 scored runs, which is, I mean, you can put in the odds of that, but they had 5 walks and they all scored runs and they ended up losing the game. So now Great Bend will be fine. I mean, Carson Humphreys will throw game 1 and then they'll piece together game 2. And that's always a dicey situation, but they beat Andover High last year, so what the heck? Make it Andover Central this year.
Here we go. Anything else, Jimbo?
Yeah, I did want to mention a little track oddity. 3 Kansas high school high jumpers. They all win their conference high jump champions. Tyus Wilson from Sterling wins at Nebraska, 7'6". Devin Laudermick from West Elk at KU wins the Big 12, 7'4 1/4. And Brady Palin from Beloit St. John at Wichita State wins their conference at 7'2 1/4. 3 7-foot-plus high jumpers all winning Division I conference high jump.
And they came from little schools. It
Yeah,
seems like,
yeah.
I mean, the Leaper kid was from Protection.
Yeah, he
of
was,
all places.
Yeah, and then the Baileyville kid was from a 1A school too.
Yeah,
Went to K-State Brocksterman. That's again. You're talking about track for a second. Brocksterman no-heighted 1 year. He was a 7-foot high jumper in regional.
And no-heighted.
Started pouring rain like this. He no-heighted because he passed till, you pass it till 6'6" when you're a 7-foot high jumper. He no-heighted, didn't make the state meet 1 year. So that does happen. And that
So
is
do you like Nebraska? I mean,
I think it's a great idea. It works for swimming, and I think that you could put a mix of that to say that we're going to qualify so many of, but obviously Nebraska's figured out that works well for them. But it is an interesting idea for sure.
Yep. Okay. Hey, Jim, appreciate it.
Hey, you bet.
Jim Mizunas in with us on Sports Day and more track and field talk. Lyles Lashley coming up with Mike Corson here next on the show.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Ryan, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Zach Strite, commercial lender for Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people. I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. At Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
If you need physical therapy, consider Advanced Therapy in Great Bend and Progressive Therapy in Larned and Hayes.
There's nothing like A-STEM therapy. This is Tim Marcus from Progressive Physical Therapy in Hayes. Research shows that A-STEM therapy improves muscle performance and neural functioning. It's highly effective for those dealing with tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, sports injuries, and general aches and pains.
You don't need to hurt. Physical therapy can help. Call Advanced or Progressive Therapy and Sports Medicine to explore your treatment options and get your life back.
Sports Day presents On the Prowl with Mike Corson, an inside look at all the sports taking place at Great Bend High School.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson today with track and field coach Lyles Lashley. Coach, we're kicking off a huge week for Great Bend Athletics. We got softball playing regionals at home. You guys got your big track meet on Thursday. How excited is everybody?
Oh, we're excited to be hosting the meet in our new facility. So we're happy about it. It's really nice to host meets there this year. Kids are happy to be at home. We don't have to travel. went out to, set up a tent, can be in the locker rooms. Just makes for a nice little home field advantage.
We'll go back to Thursday at Dodge City, the WAC championships. Had me a little nervous based on that result where you guys tied with Hayes, but obviously different competition. Pulled it out. Probably not a shocker to you.
No, well, I mean, if you look a few weeks before the WAC meet, we were actually probably, 10 to 15 point underdogs. We adjusted a few things, putting Sadie in the hurdles and doing a few other things too. And I think, of course, they had at the time Addie was ranked like 5th in the 2 mile, and some other deals too. That the girls really did an awesome job of competing as a team. It was a total team effort all the way through, both in the field events and just the relays and everything else, and the distance runners. Obviously had a good day too. So it was a great day. Just a total team effort.
Yeah, so 4-time champions, obviously that means a nice program, a nice group of seniors. And you look back, you got Addie Nicholson, Sadie Spray, Eliana Beckham, Macy Noctegal, all kids that have been competing for 4 years. How big has that group been for you?
No, it's been great. I mean, they're just a great group of kids. You throw in Daisy in there, and then you throw in Mackenzie, who hadn't been able to run this year. That's just a special group. I mean, to win 4 WAC championships in a row, and then they've won 3 regions in a row. I don't think we'll pull this one out, but it's just a great little group of girls.
And been talking a lot about the runners and the jumpers, but took 2 of the 3 WAC titles in the throws. Mackenzie Lindbergh, little sophomore in there, winning the discus. Just pleased to have her get that title this early and keep growing.
It was nice to see those 2 sophomore girls went 1-2 an inch apart. And, Natalie just had a bad day in the discus, or they probably went 1, 2, 3 with all 3 sophomore girls. That's a really fun group of girls too. They're going to step in next year, and our throwers will actually be our leaders on our team for the next few years after this. So, fun group of girls. They work hard on the throw events, and they put in their work in the off season. They do all sorts of stuff too. So it's a fun group to watch. I look forward to watching them the next 2 years.
And with Valerie Luna winning the high jump last year, and a couple other state qualifiers in there with Cassie Eldegood and Sadie Spray, obviously event we've been watching. Finally, Sadie goes up to 5'4" Thursday. It would have been tied for the lead, but what do you know? There's Hayes Jr. Katie Lindenberger goes, I think, 5'6" to take the 5A lead. But how fun is that race going to be these next 2 weeks?
I mean, those girls just to go back and forth for 3 straight weeks. It's actually 4 if you include, because they're at Solana Central. So you go back at it. It was a great little competition at the WAC, and I imagine the next 2 weeks will be the same way.
And talking about Sadie Spray, been a mainstay really in both hurdle events, but hasn't ran the hundreds until late in the year. She's back in the rankings. Is that something that, like riding a bicycle, she just knows how to jump hurdles?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. She looked better running the hurdles after a year and a half off than she did when she was running a year and a half ago. So I think the maturity level of her and just her foot speed's gotten better. And I think just being a pro athlete, I like to call it, it just really helps her.
Talking to Panther track coach Lyles Lashley, boys side, obviously, Cooper Omont was going to be probably a favorite to win, but really good competition from Hayes. He brings home both the long jump and triple jump titles. And once again, we've talked about Mr. Consistency. He's still over that 45-foot mark in the triple. What do you expect from him these next 2 weeks?
Well, the triple jump, it's going to be tough, but the long jump's really going to be tough for the region meet. I think there's 6 or 7 kids that have jumped 22 feet or better in the region, so it's definitely going to have to be on his A game. Hopefully, being on our home pit will help him there. He's used to the runway and stuff, so it'll help. But it's definitely going to be tough for that long jump to get in. I think he gets in, from that region, you're probably going to be scoring at the state meet.
And the other WAC champion you guys had, kind of a quiet team under the radar this year, your 4x8 squad, Braylon Moore, Diego Pasos, Taven Stroop, and Ismael Ramirez, ranked number 8 in Class 5A, and they win the WAC. What do we like about them going into regionals?
Well, the problem with that is Izzy can't run it at state, so he can run it at regionals, but he won't speed a 7-day admin. He can't run it on Saturday. But we'll run the same crew on Thursday to get in, and then we'll put a replacement for the state meet if we get in. But that was one of the biggest surprises I've been winning WAC I've had in a long, long time. So it was nice to see them win. I think they were more surprised than anybody.
And I think the girls' side is going to be pretty loaded, but boys' side, really, especially in the distance events where you guys might be strong, Great Bend has a pretty good shot of at least getting maybe 1 or 2, 3 kids in.
There's got a chance. I mean, Braylon's definitely got a chance at the 8. I don't think we'll run anybody in the mile because we're running the 4x8, and then those 2 will run the 2 mile. So they'll definitely have a chance to get in. Sneak 1 in the 2 mile, possibly 2, and then Braylon's, Braylon on the outside looking in. So he has a good day. He'll have a chance to get in.
So obviously we are going Thursday. Field events start at 2 o'clock. It appears like the weather's going to behave. What are you looking forward to with this thing?
I like how we do our format. Being able to do that and have our the field events at 2 and get them all done except for the discus before the run events. The kids don't have to go back and forth and you're not waiting on a kid at the high jump or waiting on a kid at the long jump. You're competing. It's kind of like a college atmosphere where you're competing before it. And, all you're doing is concentrating on your field events. And as a coach, you can coach your kids and you don't have to worry about kids going back and forth or even coaches going back and forth. So it's a nice little setup.
And you have in the top of your head how many teams are coming?
There's nine always in the region.
Excellent. Field events 2 o'clock Thursday at Great Bend High School. Track preliminaries begin at 5. Get out and support the Panthers. Be a great meet. You could have jumped in there, Coach.
I was kind of half asleep. I've been sick for like 2 weeks now. Appreciate you, Mike. How about that? Appreciate you, Mike. Come on out and support the Panthers. There you go.
See you Thursday. See you Thursday. More sports day after this.
Get the power you need for your farm equipment. The power of peace of mind that dependable Cenex lubricants deliver. With decades of proven off-road performance backed by the industry-leading Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty, Cenex heavy-duty diesel engine oils, hydraulic fluids, gear lubricants, and greases are formulated to provide superior protection for load-bearing equipment. The power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor today.
Don't want to be tied down by a wireless contract? Get the service you deserve with NextTech Wireless Advance Pay. There's no contracts and no credit checks. Plus, you can get unlimited talk and text with 22 gigabytes of high-speed data for only $25 a month. Make the switch now and get a device on us. NextTech Wireless. Home on the range.
Barton Community College enrollment days are back. Registration is now available for all sessions through July 24th. Make the enrollment process fun, fast, and simple. Reserve your spot to get everything set up for the fall semester in just one day. Visit with an academic and financial advisor, enroll in classes, take a tour of campus, and more. Visit enroll.bartonccc.edu to sign up.
All right, that's it for the Monday Sports Day show. Tomorrow we'll talk Ellenwood's baseball with Roger Ward. Cole Reif will talk Hoisington Cardinal baseball. And Mike Corson is going to have members of the Great Bend Panther electric car team in. That'll be pretty cool. Okay, that's on the show tomorrow. Okay, we've got a lot of softball, a lot of baseball going on right now. Keep an eye on greatbendpost.com for any changes. You can see who's playing who on what station. What do you got, Hesh? Got anything there?
Well, I don't have confirmation, but they're talking that Hoisington has moved their games to Great Bend.
Okay, no confirmation, though, on
Not from the administration,
rumors, okay. All right.